You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, August 15th. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. It's going to be jam-packed with goodies to give away and friends stopping by. It is Tuesday, so we're going to do another round of Tap Out Rocco from Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza.
Nice.
Yes. Now, this is going to be your first time since we switched up the schedule this week because Rico's been covering knife fights with Chef Gary. That this will be the first time that you're in when Rocco brings in one of his signature special deep dish pies.
It is not the first time.
Okay.
I was here a couple of times last year when he would come in with pizza and it just
Doesn't
smelled so good.
Doesn't count. And I know that you have dietary restrictions for everything. What's the worst case? Well, not the worst case scenario. What's the most reasonable scenario that would happen if you ate something that is on your list of no foods?
Extreme stomach cramping and exhaustion and fatigue and
gassy.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that leads me to my next thought. Yeah, that leads me to my next thought because I'm like, I got an idea, weirdo.
Oh God.
Let's say you eat like a slice of this delicious pie, and you know it's custom, and hopefully, what month is it? It's August. So
yeah.
I don't know which month he does the absent pizza, but that's my absolute favorite. But yeah, let's say you eat a slice of this delicious pie and then you get all super bloaty and gassy. Then you just gotta, see how long you could hold it in, and that sounds fantastic entertainment to me. I don't know. And
does not to me. God.
All right, fine. I mean, I'm starting off this Tuesday morning with fart fetishes, but I felt like this would be a good way to challenge and just kind of also get a better idea and appreciation for your dietary limitations. I mean, I don't necessarily understand. I'm empathetic, but until I really see what, the downside of your condition,
I won't come in.
What do you mean won't come in?
Because I'll be doubled over in pain.
Not if you let it out. Just let the wind out.
Even when I let those out. Because, I'm not holding that in. No,
you should. Yeah, you shouldn't hold it in. Not amongst friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're friends,
and then unfortunately, the literal back end is just awful amount of time in the bathroom. Nobody needs to hear about that.
I'm still waiting to hear a downside. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I just want to, again, I'm empathetic, but again, I don't necessarily grasp my tiny little pea brain doesn't necessarily grasp the scope of, your condition and what you deal with on a regular basis. And it isn't until I witness it with my bare eyes and nose that I really, truly understand. So,
well, I don't deal with it on a regular basis now because I got my diet right. I figured out what was triggers, what was not.
Well, let's call this Relapse Tuesday. You going to relapse this deep dish pizza? Well, we got a couple hours before I could convince her of that. And then also, we have double shot of tickets for Incubus this morning. At around 7 o'clock, we're going to play a game. And if you're good, you'll win those tickets. Or you could just keep listening because when you hear Incubus or Bad Flower, you got to be caller number, we're going to say 69 today because I'm a perpetual child. And you could get lucky and win those Incubus tickets. So either good or lucky all week long. So you'll have two opportunities to win. All you got to do is just keep listening. And again, get your brain ready for 7 o'clock hour for us to do it up and, just play a game and give things out. All right. I want to start off like this. I am a little distracted this morning because, I found out, and without getting too much into unprofessional stuff, I was scheduled to get a raise like a month ago. Right. And it's not a big raise, but like a little cost of living raise was in my contract. And when you're living paycheck to paycheck, every little bit helps, So I got paid this morning and I look and I'm like, what the, this is not right. This is what I've been getting paid, and that's how slow I am. It took me a while to realize that. So I'm like, oh, damn it. They're basically, they're stealing money from me. So what happens when they owe me money? Well, then I make up my own rules.
Yeah.
That's what happens, right? And I want to start off the show like this. I want an instant request from one of our listeners, right? Something that hopefully I have in my playlist, but something that you haven't heard on this station before or in a long time. So 600 KFMA, 605-362. I'm going to give you that liberty of you controlling the first song that I play this morning. Okay. Nice. And again, this is a luxury that radio listeners don't get anymore. There isn't a radio station in the nation that's going to play a request. They're going to pretend like they do. But like you're going to get the opportunity to see how this works live, right? I'd like to bring it back to the people. We like to go old school, especially again, like I don't mind getting in trouble on days when I know there's money owed to me. Like, oh, I'm sorry. You're going to try to write me up? Why don't you write me up a check? Yeah, because you owe me money. Yeah. So 600 KFMA, 605-362. Let's see if, I know it's early morning, but what do you want to hear to get you going on this Tuesday? And do you have any requests, weirdo? Because if I play you a song, will you promise to eat 2 slices of pizza and poop yourself?
Oh, no. Oh. Not worth it.
I wanted to make it a fun Tuesday.
God.
All right, so 600 KFMA, 605-362. I know. It's difficult for you guys to decide. What about you, weirdo?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is Dance Gavin Dance, but I know we don't have them in the playlist.
All right, well, you know what? Actually, now the phones are blowing up, so let's go right to it. Rock 1 and 2x1, who's this? Jake. All right, what band are you looking for me to play?
Shinedown.
Okay, and what song?
Do you guys have the song Get Up?
Let's find out. Do we have Get Up in the playlist? I do have a lot of Shinedown in the playlist. And I do have Get Up in the playlist. There you go.
Look at that.
I like the concept of this song right off the bat. We're all trying to wake up on this Tuesday morning. So we're going to wake up with Jake's request, Get Up, to start off the day. Excellent request, Jake. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Well, let's get things going. We got your morning.
I'm going to have to get in here.
A little bit of music.
Crazy comments
right here. Again, you're listening for Incubus Fat Flower. At any time this morning, the caller number 69 to win those tickets. All that more in.
Oh, hey, now I can hear you. Hi.
Yeah. Good morning, Todd. All right. So real quick, Anthony, you're repeating what they say on the news, but this is not true. Let's see. Well, now Pizza Pat's on his way to San Francisco to do the pizza festival, but Anthony is commenting here about San Francisco, and I'll pull up these comments. And I know for a fact, not only did I just recently go to San Francisco, but my uncle lives there. We talk about it, so these are all talking points. And again, they're talking points from biased media. They say, Anthony said, Porta Johns on the streets for the homeless, property crime through the roof, and people living there say they don't go out at night. Not true. None of that is true. I went out and very crowded streets, and there's always some homeless people scattered around.
Right.
And there are condensed areas, just like there is here, of homeless people. There is an issue and stuff, but it's a big city, right? Yeah. It's the 4th biggest market in the country. Right. So, a lot of people living in a condensed area, and a lot of those areas, the nightlife is still vibrant. The communities are still vibrant. It's expensive as all shit.
Yeah.
And there are some big business areas and stuff that are dealing with repercussions, but it's not the dystopian paradise that you're getting painted out to be, right? And just trust me on that. And we could do a trip to San Francisco. I love that city. I'll go there any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I do have a fun time there, but yeah, and I come across these headlines and these stories. I read them, and I'll call my uncle straight up and be like, so what's the deal? And he'll give me the rundown, straight up, legitimately of what's bad and what's good. And it's just all part of that cycle. What is the motive? What is the motive behind saying this uber liberal, gay rights and Silicon Valley and there, you don't get farther left than San Francisco,
right?
Even on the map, right? It is, if you're looking at the country, it's as left as you can get,
right?
Right. So what is the purpose behind saying that this hippie paradise, industry leader of high tech and Silicon Valley,
Mecca headquarters,
billionaires playground, right? That is literally the economy of the majority of the country. This place, what is the agenda as to why you would want to dissuade people from thinking that it is okay and that it's just all falling apart? The reason is it's literally just to say, hey, see what happens when these fucking hippies, these son of a bitches who, don't have genders are in charge, everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, there's a shred of truth and then a lot of exaggeration and propaganda. So try not to fall for the trap. All right. Good morning, God. That's how I start off the stream. I was waiting for God. Well, it's my voice.
I'm just trying to play Baldur's Gate over here, and you're just it's hard. You're just
I know. And well, you know what? I missed you, and I knew that you haven't gotten a haircut in a while, so I wanted to pop you up on the stream just to say what's up. And I'm sure I'll have some purpose to keep bringing you back in, but it has been a minute. So things been going good with you?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 has been out for 12 days now. My current game that I'm working on right now is at 75 hours. So
Jesus.
And you can see it on your face just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I can feel it. But
Did you go to sleep last night?
I did. No, I've slept great the last 2 nights actually.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, after putting a 16-hour shift in on Boulder's Game 3, then you're gonna sleep like a baby.
It's true, but it is AAA Game of the Year. Everybody should go play it right now.
Is it on consoles or is it only PS?
August
or PC?
3rd, it will hit PS5.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
It will not come to Xbox because it can't meet the requirements. It can't get it to work properly on S, so they won't put it out on the X because Xbox requires both of their consoles to be feature complete. Or
really?
Yeah,
really?
You have to have the same. Any back of the box features have to be on the X and the S. You can't do it. And right now they're having a hard time getting the couch co-op working on the weak console. So it is currently not scheduled to come out on the Xbox because of
that sucks. I did read earlier. I mean, the only game I really care about is Grand Theft Auto. So I did read earlier this week that. Or maybe late last week, that the potential of Grand Theft Auto 6 or whatever they're going to call it, it's going to be 2024. We're inching towards that. Do you feel like that's the probability that we're going to get it in 2024? No. You don't think we're going to get it in 2024? Do you think they're going to make us wait even more? There was leaked footage of this game last year.
Nonsense. That was leaked nonsense. Alpha stuff. It looked like Grand Theft Auto 5 is what that looked like. It didn't look like anything
you don't think any of that was actually going to be in the game, or at least the basis of the game, the foundation? You think that was
if you want the foundation
fabricated?
of the game is already out. It's called Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't like your thinking on this. So
I know because you want it to come out sooner. And the Rockstar money laundering scheme is still churning out all kinds of money. So they have no incentive to bring out Grand Theft Auto 6. Just like they have no incentive to bring out a new Red Dead.
See, no, but Red Dead also, their online forum has kind of died down, so they're not making Grand Theft Auto money. That's a fact. And then Grand Theft Auto, they still get add-ons, and they are still getting a lot of money through there. But they know that if they release the newer edition of Grand Theft Auto 6 is what we want. That not only will that be another $1 billion right off the top, but then the online forum there will continue.
You're making it sound like they're not going to do it. They will. They just have no reason to go fast.
Right.
So it's not coming out.
They haven't gone fast. It came out 10 years ago.
It's not, and it's not going to come out next year.
No, see, well, this is where we're going to have to agree to disagree, because I was reading reports where there's heavy speculation that 2024 is going to be the year that we're going to get it.
Yeah, it's fanboys like you who on things. That's why those articles exist. They have nothing to base that off of.
It is in my algorithm. I don't know. We'll see. We'll continue this debate on the podcast broadcast. Your TMI Top 5 coming up after a perfect circle. Judith on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 1 2.1. All right. Well, that was disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't mean to crush your dreams here, but
you did.
Yeah,
you crushed my dreams.
There is no reason at all for it to come out next year. None. Rockstar's still making money hand over fist. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still a top seller. Every time it goes on sale, it is the top of the sales charts.
How about
still to this day?
And well, happy birthday, Mackenzie. How about public demand? Because the public demands it. I'm part of the public.
Public who? Who cares?
No, that's
The
that's
public that's already
Public's been
spending
demanding it the
money.
whole time. They've been demanding it the whole time. Who gives a flying F? They're still paying for the other one. They
not
have no
spending.
reason to come out soon. And look at the modern. Okay, let me point out what's been going on this year in video games. There's been Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom as a come out, feature complete, no bug, AAA game.
Okay.
Every other game that's come out has been nothing short of a disaster if you're a AAA title.
I don't know what
know what-
AAA is.
I don't
know what any of
Yeah,
that
no, I
is.
know we're out of some wheelhouses here. But
I was thinking for a second, I'm like, this would be a good segment this year in video games, but at the same time, we're like, yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm like, super cool, nerds.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm looking up a board game that came out like 10 years ago that I'm thinking
Oh.
about buying. I'm like way behind on this whole scene.
That's irrelevant. No, too. Well, here, let me give you guys all a positive update right now. Yesterday, I introduced you to the human unicorn. His name's Richard, actually. Richard J. He dubs himself a comedian. He goes online by the name of the Dancid 918, and I think this guy's a megastar, a superstar, and it's because of video clips like this.
You know, it's illegal for teachers to keep you after the bell because it violates the Geneva Convention's laws on collective punishment.
In fact, actually, what he says is irrelevant. It's just the opening scene. Boop, right? So this is the
it
human
really gets your
unicorn.
attention, that's for sure.
It does.
And when I see this guy, immediately he's starting to blow up on TikTok, but I immediately see, like I said, a megastar, someone that grabs a person's attention and imagination, and for all the right and wrong reasons. And so I'm fascinated by this guy and his backstory. So on Friday morning, Richard's going to join the podcast broadcast. I reached out to him yesterday. He did respond. We're going to talk to the human unicorn himself, and we're going to get to know him better. And I couldn't be more excited. I know we talked to some rock stars, and we have some rock stars coming up, and I'm like, but we get to talk to the human unicorn. Fuck yeah!
Just the fact that he like accidentally like hits it as he goes up to and it flings a little.
Oh, he did a video. Yeah, we showed the video yesterday of him flicking the bean by request. So he was flicking it, and you're gonna find out on Friday as he has a condition, right? And that's why we're gonna talk a little bit about all that, like how it developed when he turned the corner and said, I'm just gonna lean into this, and some of the positive and negative responses that he's been getting online. It's gonna be a fascinating conversation. I'm telling you right now, because I have nothing but questions and curiosity and admiration as well. I think there's a level of strength there. This guy has been dealing with this condition his entire life, so you got to be a strong person, but he's still in a position where he could use some assistance, and hopefully our listeners will back him up on that. So that's something to look forward to on Friday on the podcast broadcast. We will have the human unicorn joining us, but we're back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's time for your TMI top 5. These are the top 5 headlines you're going to get a chance to get to today. Starting off with this. AI is now capable of stealing your password just by listening to you type it in. Another reason to be scared, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see if I could do this. I feel like I could do this. Now, Todd, I need you to type in one word, okay? Try to type loud, and I'm going to try to guess what that word is, okay?
Okay, done.
All right. Oh, no, hon. Type right now.
Got to go real loud? Do I have to smash my keyboard?
Yeah, you got to go loud. Ready?
Clack, 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 clack. I'm not going to.
You're not going to type? I'm listening. Ooh. That's a long word. Okay. Right. He had to think about it to spell it.
That's like a 30-character password right there. So.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily I had my AI listening at the same time. So you've been hacked. All right. Next headline. A Japanese company has launched vertical pods to let you sleep standing up. Now, we talked about this last year, in fact, but this is a new company. Japan is really the leader in this industry. Apparently it's so crowded in Japan that the only way to sleep is to do it standing up.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever fallen asleep standing up?
Yes.
Yeah, where?
In high school, my English class was the right after lunch. So I'd have like a nice full belly. We're going to read some books. And then, so the teacher had a hack, which was go make you stand at the back of the room with your binder. And I did. I keeled over. I'm just like, done.
Wow.
Done.
What was your story, Todd?
Working too long, but I had only a standing desk at the time. And so I just stand in there with the head down on the desk.
It's amazing how you can get some serious REM sleep while still standing. I did the same thing in military school. I was exhausted and I was leaning against the wall standing up and I full blown was snoring. I had to run so much for that little, what they called stunt. And I'm like, I call it dying. So, whatever. So it is possible. And now there's beds in Japan that they're launching that you'll be able to do it on a full-time basis. All right. New research indicates that when kids spend an average of 30 minutes at the table, they ate significantly more fruits and vegetables than kids who spent 20 minutes at the table. So it's really all about the time they spend at the table.
It's just waiting them out.
Yeah.
Which I would agree with. Like we had a little struggle with our 6-year-old not wanting to eat new things or having texture issues. But like we've noticed, like everybody's at the table. We're there for a certain amount of time. He will eat a little bit more because I think we just wear him down. Like,
yeah,
because we're just like, come on, buddy. Come on.
Little social thing. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And if you have it on there, but it's not surprising to me that your child would have all these dietary limitations and restrictions.
He actually doesn't.
No,
He's good to go.
Physically, but then he watches his mom only eat bird seed and figure he's only going to eat bird seed. So that's because of you.
I don't just eat birds.
Well, I mean, I think that's the only thing that's safe on your list. All right. Speaking of the other food and food news, a man stuffed 39 pancakes into a sports bra in order to understand what his wife goes through every day. Yeah, because, I guess guys are used to staring at her big breasts and drooling, and then now they're just staring at his fake boobs, but smelling pancakes, still drooling. So it's a similar experience. He shared it on TikTok. We'll look at that on the podcast broadcast. And finally, Wendy's is expanding its breakfast menu with 2 new English muffin sandwiches later this month. This is a direct blow. Right now, Wendy's has been holding down the breakfast game for quite some time. McDonald's has always been the king. Mm-hmm. And the reason why McDonald's is always been the king is because of the English muffin. I mean, there is no second. Now, I hear some disagreement in your tone, Todd.
I mean, I can't believe you say that when you go to Dunkin' every morning.
Yeah, but I don't eat, breakfast. I just drink coffee there. And to be honest with you, I mean, they had breakfast tacos that were okay, but it's very, actually, I can't say too much of an opinion on, corporate radio airwaves, but I would not rank them in my top 5.
But I've also been on the Wendy's bandwagon for over a year now since they got that maple chicken sandwich for breakfast. Good. So
yeah, but it'd be interesting. I like about Wendy's, and everyone likes about Wendy's, is they have the best bacon in the fast food game. It's crispy. Yeah, it's good. You think this is a Wendy's endorsement? It's not. I'm just calling it like it is.
We're just fans.
You know the secret? They microwave it.
No,
yes,
you don't know things. You're too skinny to know about food, weirdo. That's old bacon. That's before they revised the bacon. They changed the bacon game. It was like a decade ago. You weren't still working there.
Microwave it for a minute and a half and then throw it on the grill for all of 30 seconds.
No. That was before they figured out how to make it crispy. I'm telling you.
Jeff said right now on the stream, I worked at Wendy's. Do you agree?
Yeah, no. If you guys worked at Wendy's anything longer than 15 years ago, then your conversation is irrelevant. It's moot. It doesn't matter. They have a new system down. I know it. And in fact, actually, if you worked at Wendy's in the last 5 years and you know how they make their bacon, give me a call right now, 600
Don't tell Beef otherwise. I just had one dream crush today. He can't take 2.
It's just fake news. That's all it is. Clear. So yeah, I mean, that was how they used to do bacon, and their bacon wasn't awesome back then, but there was a conscious effort for bacon, that Wendy's did for their bacon to make it crispy and to have better bacon on their menu. And this was actually something that was talked about in press releases and, Wall Street Journal and shit like that. It was a noticeable difference from the bacon that they had and then the bacon that they started to have. And, the bacon that they have now and they've had here for the last few years, like the Bacon Eater bacon, is a different beast, and it just, a little bit better.
At least Wendy's own company claims that they do not microwave it.
There you go.
The mouthpiece says they don't microwave. The mouthpiece could lie, but it's a pretty it would be a pretty easy to prove lie.
So Jeff says that they don't microwave it. They prep cold and then they put it in the oven.
Okay, so they switched to the oven.
Pre-cooked.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like when I worked at Wendy's, they had that whole promotion of like always fresh, never frozen.
Yeah.
That was a load of shit. It always showed up frozen. That was the only way that they would ship it. It was too expensive to do it fresh. No, they didn't throw it on the grill frozen. They did throw it on once it was thawed, but yeah, the whole we never freeze it. Yeah, that was a load of crap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. But let's look at this man's pancake boobs, because
okay, yeah, I wanted.
You had me at pancakes and you also had me at boobs, right? So easy.
These are all things pertinent to my interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we made McGriddles at home the other night, like on our own.
Did you inject syrup into them?
No, but we were trying to figure out how to do it.
So what you got to do is you got to take one of those, you could do this with one of those medicine syringes.
Oh, okay.
Right. But the key to the McGriddle is that they're literally injecting syrup into the pancake to make little syrup pockets.
Yeah.
So the homemade version of it is take one of those, usually for like amoxicillin, you would give your kid.
It's a plastic syringe.
Yeah, plastic syringe without a needle, and then just kind of poke a little hole.
Hey, that's good to know for next time.
Well, I was about to make it inappropriate. All right,
wouldn't it be just little freeze little chunkies, throw it in the batter so that as you cooked it, they dissolved into the batter?
Does maple syrup freeze?
That's smart. And yes.
All right, then.
Absolutely. All right. So this guy did this. His wife challenged him to stuff a sports bra with pancakes and go for a run with a new padded chest to experience what she feels like every day. Now, after he initially stuffed his bra and then felt himself up for the next 3 hours, he then was prepared and ready to hit the road. And this is his experience. Let's see what we got here.
Something like that. My cup size is equivalent to 39 pancakes. So
nice.
Today, my husband's going to experience what that is like. We're going to
dollar pancakes,
39
IHOP pancakes
into a sports bra, and he's going to learn what it's like to run with that amount of batter in the titty.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're going to be good for the base, and then we'll build upon with the smaller ones, I think. But then these could be like a nipple because they're tiny. So.
I just want to eat these because they're warm.
I know. Well, we can eat them after. They'll be extra warm after they've been in your titties after a run.
We got the good.
I like the way she says titties, by the way.
Yeah,
it's Australian way when she said titties. I don't know. Yeah, she's adorable. All right.
38. Last one. Where can we fit? 39.
All right, there you go. So
wow, that's actually accurate. 39.
Wow, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what it's like to have F-size boobs. It's 39 pancakes. We learned that today. How many pancakes are your boobs?
I'm having the best day. Beautiful.
I was asking that hypothetically, not directly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say like 3.
Well, you've been doing CrossFit, so there's a lot of muscle.
How am I going to go with the seatbelt?
Welcome to my life.
First off, you put it in between the cleavage, bruh. Come on, that's easy.
Yeah.
He's definitely looked. He knows.
Yeah, your seatbelt's like a dick.
That's not great.
I feel like that would be a different experience. Like he's feeling like they're gonna fall out, where she's like, where it's gonna boobs are attached.
Yeah, probably.
Man, if you don't have the right supportive bra, it feels like your skin's gonna rip.
Because you have like a
that is a legitimate thing. It'll hurt.
That's why I don't jog, because of my man.
Ooh, baby.
Well, my man bags, which are essentially like boobs, and they're like an F cup as well. I think they're actually the size of it. If you're gonna equate it to food, my balls are 17 chicken wings.
So, what does it feel like to have an F cup titties?
Look, it's hard.
They aren't all they're cracked up to be.
No.
Actually, it's quite nice warmed up.
and they ate them. All right, so there you go. All right, so that went viral for whatever reason. That was a nice little thing. Well, yeah, dude. Of course, Pizza Pat's gonna get back in after he's back from San Francisco. In fact, we're all following Pat on social media, and we'll be sharing a bunch of stuff for his. I'm excited about his adventure, and I hope that people give him the credit he deserves on his pizza in San Francisco for this like renowned pizza festival. Also, Pat needs to take pictures of clean streets and people having good times and living healthy in San Francisco. So it's not all just
doom and gloom.
Mad Max in San Francisco. All right, I got to answer this real quick. Earlier this morning, we did a deal. It was a pretty good morning one, but we did not save that. Let's get weird with Weirdo. Check this out. Yeah, buddy. I think Patrick requested that. Ice Nine Kills on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's time to get weird with Weirdo. You found a couple strange stories in the news there? All right, well, share with me.
All right, well, one man has fathered 25 children and is still a virgin.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor, but I feel like that's an anomaly and kind of impossible unless he's just, donating sperm all over the world. Is he donating sperm all over the world?
Exactly what he's doing.
What a loser, though, right?
No, he just knows himself very well. He realized at 22 years old that he was kind of asexual, aromantic, but he always wanted to be a father. And this was kind of his loophole to get through that.
Yeah, no. But you're not a father if you're a sperm donor. You're just not. A father is somebody who is there for their children to raise them. And that is the definition of a father. The procreator, the seed, the offspring, basically they're growing up with either their foster father, their stepfather, their adoptive father, or no father, right?
Maybe.
But the guy who basically made a deposit in a jar is no father. He's not sending birthday cards. He's not, going to doctor's appointments. This is making me mad.
Actually, well, his name is Drew, and he's 38 now. So he spent the last 16 years giving all those donations, led to 25 pregnancies, and he actually has regular contact with 8 out of his 25 biological children. He sees them about once a month. So he is involved.
Okay. So you have children, right?
Yes.
How involved would you feel if any of those baby dads just showed up once a month?
Yeah, okay, maybe not as much.
Okay, exactly, right?
Right, but it's not like he's just like out. He is out there giving away his seed, but like he is interested at least that once a month. Because most people who donate, they just take off.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're
you don't know
just in it
anything.
for the thrill and the quick payday.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the allure of making donations, and I would be a sperm donor all day long, but I don't meet the criteria. Apparently, I'm not tall enough, or good looking enough, or successful enough, or smart enough. A lot of enoughs, and I've had enough. So, I've been making my own donations and saving them just in case they come around and lower their standards. Yeah. So when you come over, don't go in my freezer. Those aren't ice cubes.
Oh, gross.
All right. What else you got?
An art center wants you to meet Lilith, the empathic demon.
Oh, an empathic demon. What? I felt like I heard empathic demon before. What is that?
Just a demon that helps you, because demons get a bad rap, right? But this art center was like, actually, you could befriend them and figure out what they're trying to do. And with the empathic demon, it's about getting to know your feelings and exploring that and making yourself feel better.
I don't know. You're like, hey, demon, you want to be my friend? What do you want to do? I want to kill everybody. Ooh, I don't know. I was hoping to go see Barbie.
Well, the Art Center in Minnesota, they had a family demon summoning with playful demon summoning sessions. It was on their first free Saturdays and featured an artist who created a demon trap.
Does this artist get paid? What is the world coming to? What a great racket. I mean, honestly, I hope they have business cards. And what do you do? Well, I create demon traps, and they're beautiful as well. So you can look at them or you can catch demons. It's really up to you. Personal preference.
Yeah, designed to help you befriend your shadows. Because demons get bad reputations. We just need to get to know them. We're making too many assumptions.
I guess you might be right on that. And of course, you would find that on the internet. So excellent job, Weirdo. Let's hit the reset. Get ready to give away our first pair of tickets for Incubus. Again, it's a good or lucky week here on Beef Vegan Presents. You could be good and win one of our games, or you could be lucky and be caller number 69 when you hear either Incubus or Bad Flower being played today. So those are 2 different opportunities to win. Your first opportunity coming up next. So don't go away. To 5 p.m. and then you're good to go. Okay.
Thank you so much. I am so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. It's going to be so fun. If you see us out there, which you will, make sure you say hi. Okay.
Okay, will do.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
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 All right, that was Liz. Liz just won those Incubus tickets and was super excited about it. So it was one of those perfect, radio listener winners, radio caller winners that CJs we pine for. We want people to be like super excited. It's
Right.
kind of like a buzzkill when you're like, "Hey, you won those tickets! Everyone's trying to win!" And it's
Cool.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, go fuck your face then, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's cool too. Thanks, buddy.
But either way, what are you vaping on there, Todd?
Oh,
hold on.
Some Stizzies, probably
Steady.
sativa. I don't remember which one this one was.
Yeah.
Biscottis.
All right. Well, as you can tell, that Shane from Tucson Foodie is not here, but I do want to get on Thursday. Kayla reached out to me because her friend, who I've met before. Remember when I showed you pictures of Valdez and I at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Remember the gimp girl that was on Valdez's shoulders?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she wants to come in to talk about her lifestyle, which is, that kind of gimp mask bondage. And initially I was like, I got to find a gimmick and stuff. But Kayla was asking, hey, can she come in? She wants to come in. And Valdez, of course, going to say yes. He wants every hot chick to come in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I have to see, I got to know what I want, what I'm going to talk about.
Right.
And if it's going to be an interesting podcast. So I pull up her Instagram. She followed me on Instagram. So I followed back. And then I saw her page and I'm like, oh no, this is wildly fascinating. And it's like really artistic and beautiful. Like obviously the lifestyle is what it is. And there's so many questions. And obviously we're open-minded here.
Yeah.
You're in a poly relationship. So, I'm all about learning these things. And even though it might not be something that I would personally be into, because I don't think I would, but it is something that I could appreciate. And artistically speaking, it is performance art. It is her being a sculpture, a living sculpture. I'm just going to show you a couple pictures just to give you an example. Now, this might freak some people out, though. All right. Now, this is not for the faint of heart because this is it's sexy, but it's very kink driven and also strange. Right. But I mean this in a very positive way. All right. So here is Rose's page, just to kind of give you an example.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, super cool. So here, just some stuff like this. These are artistic shots that are going through. I'll give you another set of shots that I found sexy and just art. She got a little pig thing, Rose with a cupcake in her mouth. I mean, this is art. This is performance art, big time. And the pictures that she has.
Oh, she does shibari.
Yeah, she's doing the rope too, and yeah, it's fascinating. And she got a nice little package going on with her as well. So that doesn't hurt.
Good work.
Yes,
like the portrait tattoo work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, her whole her whole body is a work of art, and then her lifestyle then being photographed is art as well. We're talking about a friend of the show, Rose, who I'm probably going to get in with Kayla on Thursday. So just a day that Weirdo's into to talk about this lifestyle that she's into and her page and what she posts on her page, because they're very artistic black and white shots that you could see. It does look like a work of art. It's very kink driven art.
Yeah.
But something that I'm just wildly fascinated about. And when she asked to come on the show, I didn't necessarily have an idea as to what I would talk to her about until I looked at her page and I'm like, actually, I don't know what I'm not going to talk to you about because I have so many questions. I need to know about all of it. And it's just still something that, I appreciate. I think it's in my blood. I think it's in all of our DNAs. I don't think there's anything more beautiful. And I think most males would agree with me on this than the female figure. And obviously for centuries and generations, we have been immortalizing the female figure. It is art. It is something appealing to look at. My uncle, who's a very educated man, very successful man, he took up sketch drawing, and I joked to him because my dad and my uncle couldn't be completely different as far as human beings are concerned, right? My dad was like the F up, like alcoholic partier. My uncle was like kind of the sophisticated, non F up partier, right? Who was a professional and very, very successful. My dad was bouncing around from car dealership to car dealership, right? Now they both had this weird obsession with the female form. The way that my dad would kind of feed this need is by subscribing to Penthouse magazine and watching porns, right? And so, like in the bathroom, there'd be a stack of Penthouse, like knee high, at all times. And this is why I am who I am. All right. Now, my uncle, as sophisticated as he is, and he's like, world-renowned psychologist. He's done very well for himself. He still loved the female form too, but he wasn't as degenerate as my dad. No, instead of getting Penthouse magazine like a cretin, what he did is he took classes to sketch draw.
Yeah.
And then he would just draw naked chicks and then hang it up on his walls in his like San Francisco loft. So that way it was somewhat classy, but it was still the same thing. You know, and I broke this down for my uncle's 70th birthday. I'm like, as much as they wanted to separate themselves from their character, they were still very much Furmans. And, they had that kind of primal base where they were still just like, a naked woman is my art. That is my Picasso.
Yeah.
That is my Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa would be better if she wasn't wearing her shirt. That's the way that my family bloodline would probably lean towards. And, I can't say that I would disagree with that.
Well, I mean, there's always that discussion of like what's tasteful nudes versus not, and it's usually showing the V.
Well,
then it's suddenly not tasteful. It's
there's got to be taste.
See.
Yeah. I mean, there's tasteful ways to do all this, but yeah. And then D said, and then along comes Beef, just drawing D's on everything. It's art. It's artistic. Right. We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We got more right after these words and music from Power Man 5000 and Rock 102.1 KFMA. So yeah, I kind of went down memory lane on that. But yeah, so the funny part was that they were both, pervs and degenerates in the same right, but on different levels. And, my aunt, who's married to my uncle, obviously, she had a good time. And when I was telling her that similarity, she was cracking up. Because when she first started dating him, she was talking to her girlfriends like, what the fuck is up with this guy's drawings everywhere? Like, and trying to pass it off like art and be like, come on, bro. I mean, yeah, it's art, but those are like perfectly shaped areolas, and we know why you like this, You
were staring at those for a long time.
Right. And so was I as a 10, 11, 12-year-old coming into age. Those pictures were just as good as the Penthouse. I'll tell you what, but every single one, I will say this, I think every single sketch ended with him going like, in a circle and be like, because it was 80s, it was like all bush, right? So like every single one, do you end with the bush is what I'm wondering. That's a good question to ask. Or do you start
the final touch?
Are you start doing little circles, tight circles, to create the bush and then build the model around? I mean, I don't know what his technique was. I just know that every single one of those drawings had massive bush. Maybe that was a way to cover up his artistic flaws. So you couldn't detail a vagina because those are very complicated body parts, right? It takes a fine pen, like a fine stroke to be able to recreate that. But
I mean, I don't know. So I have a terrible tattoo on my ankle. I have a rose on my ankle. I call my vagina Rose.
It looks like I have a vagina on my arm, which is a rose as well. You want to compare vaginas?
Let's see.
All right. So let's see. Here, use this other cam. Let's see if I can do that here.
Am I flexible enough to do this?
Yeah, you're flexible enough. Pop it up.
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna look at Weirdo's vagina leg.
Oh, I can't get.
Come on, man. You can stretch a little higher than that.
Yeah, point that bad boy down.
Well, you can point it down too. I guess that would work. All right. I mean, it looks like a rose, a whack ass rose. When did you get that?
In somebody's fucking kitchen.
Okay, somebody's kitchen. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right there on my ankle. Looks like a clitoris.
Oh, on your ankle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. It. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
God, I am too old to lift my leg like that. Holy shit.
All right. So that was yours. Let's see which one's more vagina like. And so that was Weirdo's, and in mine. Let's see.
Yep.
Ooh,
that looks like the lips.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to give that one to Beef, but I think I have to after that.
Yeah.
That's
a little color.
larger and colorized.
Yeah. So
that one's got lips.
this is why we're friends, weirdo. We got so much in common. We both have vaginas tattooed on us.
I mean, that's the whole tattoo trope is like trying to get a decent tattoo to not look like a vagina or a Georgia O'Keeffe painting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I don't know who Georgia O'Keeffe is. I'm just pretending I do.
She painted flowers for the purpose of making them look like vaginas.
Yeah, I'm sophisticated. I know that.
The Ghost Lodge on Miracle Mile, that is also her artwork.
Oh,
She's
of
got
course.
Tucson ties.
No, I read her biography.
You just said you didn't know who she was.
Okay. Well, I didn't read a biography either. All right. So I got to show love to Rocco. And this morning we did Tap Out. In case you missed it, it went like this. As we're hanging out here with Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza on Broadway, we do have a round of Tap Out that we need to play to give up to $100 gift certificates to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. And we're going to do that right now. 600 KFMA, 605-362. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tap Out.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
All right, as I mentioned, the theme today is 2000s rock and roll. We're going to go to line 10 to start things off. Dante's there. Dante, good morning.
Morning.
All right, Dante is like depressed Dante. All right, so he's a Dante the Downer is going to try to win up to $100 of gift certificates to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. So all he has to do first, though, is answer the $20 question to be our contestant. Because if he gets it wrong or doesn't know the answer, then I got to hang up on him and go to the next phone caller. All right, so Rocco, go ahead and ask Dante the $20 question.
All right,
Good luck,
Dante, you got this. Which popular rock band released the hit song Mr. Brightside in 2003?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
Dante. No. That's not how the game is played, man. And you're like opening the door at the time. I'm going to allow it real quick, but
All
you
right.
got 3 seconds to answer now.
Okay, ready? Okay. Which popular rock band released the hit song Mr. Brightside in 2003?
You don't know.
All right, Dante. Unfortunately, you ran out of time. Thank you for trying. I felt bad for him, too. I'm like, Dante, man, I want you to win. I want you to perk up, bro. I want you to wake up. Things are
Give
going
him
good.
something to live for.
You're
man.
going to culinary school. You're going to be one of these great chefs, and then you can hang out with us all the time because we hang out with great chefs. All right, well, Rock 1 2.1. I know. Who's this?
Hey, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Chris, you having a good morning?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's do this, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here's question number 1. Which popular rock band released the hit song Mr. Brightside in 2003?
Is it the Killers?
It is Killers. Yeah. All right. So you are
Awesome.
going to be our contestant. $20 in the bank for you, Chris. For every question you answer correct, you're going to get another $20 gift certificate. But if you don't know, it's important to tap out before the 5-second clock runs out so you can cash out. Are you ready for your $40 question?
Okay.
All right, remember to tap out if you don't know it, brother. Okay, ready? Question number 2. What rock band's 2002 album Songs for the Deaf feature the singles No One Knows and Go With the Flow? Come on, you know this one.
Queens of the Stone Age?
Yeah, that's correct. I thought you were trying to throw him off because that's not how
come
the
on,
songs
man.
sound at all.
That
You're
was
not
the
even
best
in
I
rhythm.
could do.
You're thinking 2 different songs altogether, but that's all right. All right, so
dude.
that's a $40 in gift certificates to Rocco's Little Chicago that is in your bank account right now, Chris. So every question you continue to answer, another $20 will go into that bank account. But if you don't tap out or answer incorrectly, you get nothing. Are you ready?
All right, promise not to sing this one. All right, ready? Number 3. Which post-grunge band's 2001 album Silver Side Up includes the hit singles How You Remind Me and Too Bad?
I'm going to have to tap out.
Oh, tap out. Rocco, go ahead and give me an answer.
It's Nickelback.
It was Nickelback. You're not a big Nickelback fan there, Chris?
Shame.
Probably not.
That's all right. You probably have sex. All right. Well, congratulations to you. You got $40 in gift certificates to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza on Broadway. And that's great news for our scavengers, man. That means we have 3 gift certificates to give away to our scavengers. Chris, I need you to give me 3 numbers between 1 and 10.
1, 7, and 10.
All right, callers number 1, 7, and 10 at 600 KFMA, 600-5362. You guys will all pick up a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. All right, there you go. So that was Tap Out today. And a little nickel dig at Nickelback. How you like that? Yeah. So I thought I'd have a fun time doing that. Let me show you something funny. This is a video that I wanted to show you for a minute. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this reminded me of my best friend's grandmother. She was amazing. She was super old. Her name was Sheila. And she'd be super old Jewish grandmother, and she would go around and she would just be singing. And when she would overhear things, she would just take the word and just sing it. And we're a bunch of like teenage boys. And at one point we were just kind of bullshitting with each other, and we said something about a menage a trois, which is a threesome. And then we hear in the background, menage a trois, menage a trois. She sang that for like 15 minutes, oblivious, and it was the most beautiful song ever. I wanted to record it, make it a sample, and turn it into a rap song. And it was that classic of a moment. Well, the reason why I bring up that is because this grandmother is something that reminds me of her. And it's so sweet, but also hilarious at the same time. They're at one of those safaris where you can feed the animals out of the car. And every time an animal comes close.
Todd, did you just say
Yeah.
There's too many of these videos coming up of people getting out.
Yeah, well, no, she's not going to get out. But every time the animals get close, she freaks out. Check this out.
Look, there he is.
Nah, I'm not even that hungry. Nah.
an emu?
They're like dinosaurs.
Or ostrich?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Out of your car.
You're gonna kill this poor grandma. She's gonna have a heart attack.
It's the best though. She survived.
That's so
and
sweet.
she lived 30, or she lived 92 years. She's fine.
Right.
But the fact is her face when she freaks out is the
Priceless.
best. I miss my grandmother now just because of this. So I got to do one quick little replay. Just that first freak out. Was the best.
Look, there he is.
So yeah, that's one viral video I need to share with you today. Let's get on the air and talk about these kids these days. Rock 102.1 KFMA. If you're thinking to yourself, I never heard of that Greta Van Fleet song. Well, because it wasn't Greta Van Fleet. The single song takeover today was a band called Wolf Mother, the original band that was accused of ripping off Led Zeppelin. Huh? And everyone's like, they're the next big band, dude. Wolf Mother. And then Wolf Mother kind of just like puttered out. And then Greta Van Fleet came along, and they're massive and continue to be massive. So Wolf Mother needs to take a page out of Greta's playbook and get back at it, because they had all the potential in the world. And people were really stoked about that initial song. And I think it was on Guitar Hero at one point. Woman was the name of the song. All right, let's talk about kids these days. The kids these days are changing up to LOL. LOL was a thing of the past. In fact, if you use LOL in text, you are like a boomer.
Yeah.
You're officially old.
Yep.
You know this, huh?
One of my kids called me out on it. I was like, really?
Yeah. So what are you using?
I still use LOL. I don't care.
Oh, come on.
I still use emoticons. I still type them out.
All right. Well, this is what you need to use instead of LOL or OLFL or LMAO. All those
are all gone.
They're dated. They're old. Kids don't do it these days. And you don't have to necessarily use this, but you need to know what it is and what it stands for when somebody texts it to you, because it's going to happen. All right. And the new internet term is IJBOL.
IJBOL.
Yes.
I just barfed on Laughing? I don't know.
It's close. On lap.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
I was just thinking if you had a gag reflex. So
I
what
don't.
it stands for is it's close. Let's see. I just burst out laughing. So instead of laughing out loud, it's expanding on it.
Okay.
I just burst out laughing, essentially laughed out loud, but now I'm breaking it down. And eventually it's going to get to a point where they're going to come up with an acronym for like just the I found what you said really funny. I felt the bubbling in my stomach starting to rumble up, and then noise came out of my mouth as tears shot out of my eyes. Haha. Right?
No, you probably won't even be allowed to do haha.
You can't. I know. Now, the odd-looking IJBOL actually entered the Urban Dictionary in 2009, but it languished. However, for some inexplicable reason, it caught fire in forums for music genre K-pop last year, and has since escaped the confines of fandom, which is niche, and has gone mainstream. So don't be surprised if your teenagers throw that at you. And now you could understand what it means and just fire back with I'm hip. Yeah, I understand. I'm picking up the lingo you kids are putting down. IJBOL myself.
That just sounds awkward.
Yeah, it sounds dirty. It really does.
I don't believe whoever wrote this article. I do not believe them.
No, it's more than just an article. There's been several different sources that I've come across. This Mashable was one of the first, but there's been several different sources. New York Times has jumped on it as well. So it's apparently a big enough of a trend that the mainstream and the lamestream media has jumped on board and said, hey, my crazy ass teenager just texted me this as well. So it's a thing. So the more you know, and just trying to keep all you guys cool. All right, let's hit the reset on the FM side, keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with your beef tip after these words.
I'm okay with not being cool.
Wait, what is it? What?
Yeah, just for the less typing I have to do.
I know. IJBOL. I just burst out laughing.
Oh, so you laughed. You made a sound that was laughing. That was, let's say, out loud?
Yes. I know. Trust me, I know. And LOL seems like simple and to the point, right?
Right.
And for the most part, when LOL first started becoming popular, a lot of people were confused on what the meaning was.
Lots of love.
Yeah, lots of people thought it was lots of love. And then, so now we're finally at a point where everyone's on the same page with them. They know it means laugh out loud, but then fuck, dude. Then they switch it up again.
I don't know. I just texted my 19, 17, and 13-year-old being like, is this seriously a thing? IJBOL.
Okay, good.
Let's see I know 2 of them are awake because they're at school. I don't think the 19-year-old's up.
Yeah, they're in school. So Rico just said,
Jesus.
Yes. So that's
now, to be
on the
fair,
floor laughing my ass off.
Yeah, like when these first came out, I was like, what is raffle? I don't understand.
What is raffle? Yeah.
On the floor.
In fact, actually, I'm sending Rico an invite because we need to, after the stream ends, we need to talk about schedule and stuff like that, and try to figure that out. And then Todd, are you going to be available some Fridays? Because Weirdo's going to be going on concert adventures, and
I could be available. I could be available. I heard you like to put out on the first date, so I could make myself available.
You know what? That's actually factual. That's funny. Yeah, let's say that. And even when I try not to put out on the first date, in situations like, well, I got to, like I'm being called out, and this seems like a challenge now. So let's do it.
All right, 17-year-old just sent back IJBOL ? So 17-year-old doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's okay. Not all your kids are going to be cool.
he is my nerd. It's cool.
Yeah.
He's my nerdy boy.
Yeah.
He's into the anime.
Now I can ask my daughter. She's pretty hip. No, and that's not a humble brag. It is what it is. I could be. She could commit. She could get arrested or get pregnant any given day. So she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is very cool that she steals your marijuana.
No, she has to buy her own. She has to work hard for it. But anyways,
he's sending me screenshots. He Googled it. I'm like, yeah, instead of using LOL.
Yeah, and Patrick will invite you on one of those days as well. There's so much deep voices going through the airwaves and stuff. I don't know if Tucson's vaginas can handle it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna text my daughter as well. Let's see what she says.
Crotch Goblin number 3 is like, y'all, I'm in class.
I'm not gonna bother texting my kid. I know he will tell me to go away.
Do you guys have nicknames in your phones for your kids?
No, I have her
Okay.
full name. I have
No.
her government name.
Yeah, I've got Crotch Goblin number 3, Parasite number 1, and Demon Spawn number 2.
Okay.
And
Like,
you label them and number them.
Yes. Yeah, so they're in order, but like
You have
'cause
to. If you have multiple, you have to.
In
because on
what
some
order?
of our group
You just say
messages-
in order. In what order? Order of favorites? That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh, I totally play favorites. I will tell my kids, I'm like, you're my favorite right now. And the other ones will be like, hey, I'm like, well, try harder. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, we
Those
just got
numbers
Rico
changed
on the
then.
way to the gym.
Not
Hey, good
even.
morning, Rico.
Not
Yeah.
even. Just
Did you
waking
just wake
up.
up? Oh.
Yeah. So
That's good.
night fight went until 5 in the morning. So,
Shut up, really?
Holy.
No. But
Oh,
like
okay.
late. Because we had rain
Oh.
delay and like Chef Gary and all them were like, we don't care. We're like the post office. We're gonna wait it out.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Shit. Well, I'm glad I didn't
Wasn't
swing
that
by
bad.
and say hi. Did Lindy win?
Yeah.
Nice.
Lindy
And
took
what
it.
was his? What were some of his dishes? If you recall.
Oh god, I don't recall honestly. It's like a blur. It's like, you know, the food comes out and you're on to the next one. It's just like go, clean up. I'll have the footage up though. I'll show you later.
Okay,
Rico's
cool.
still blacked out. It's fine.
Yeah, so no, that's cool though, because Lindy was participating in Knife Fight, and of course, Lindy is a burger genius, like we were talking about yesterday. But when you're doing Knife Fight, you have to be like a culinary chef. You have to whip together all different types of recipes with secret ingredients and stuff. So I'm very interested to see what Lindy came up with. Look at what my daughter wrote. Read it.
Okay, that's what it says. So she knows. I mean,
She said, I just burst out laughing. That's what it stands for. So I told you, the kids at Catalina High, they know
she
what it stands
identified
for.
it.
Don't ask them what the 4th president of the United States was, but ask them what the latest emoji or fucking whatever you call it is, and they're on it.
yeah. 13-year-old's like, y'all, I'm in class. And the 17-year-old's like, so am I. I'm just better. Like now they're talking shit.
Right. Yeah.
So good. I love my kids. They're so good.
Yeah. So, and mine's cool. So, you know what? And I knew I was going to raise a cool kid. You know, it was just because it was inevitable. The fact that she's probably going to graduate high school is mind blowing. Mind blowing. And
It's
like,
like
luckily,
the end of Tommy Boy where he's like, I got a D. Yes. Like running
we're
around.
almost at that. We are almost at that point, but luckily the school is so easy. It's like pushover. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. She's gonna graduate like on time,
Nice.
and you talk about like in hindsight where they're gonna look at my run as a dad and consider me this like great parent. Which dads, they get it easy. It's a very low bar, right? If you're just there and you show up, you're a great dad. All right. Now, but in retrospect, my daughter's potentially going to be graduating high school this year,
Mhm.
and I have sole custody. She works,
Yeah.
her grades are decent, and she's not in jail. So far, I'm dadding like hell, man. Yeah, I
Slow
know.
clap.
I know. It's impressive, dude. Now,
I mean, you start off as a parent like with such hopes and dreams for your kids, but then like, I don't know, once my oldest got to be young teenage years, I'm like, we just got to make it to the finish line, buddy. We can do this. And so now that's the bar for
Yeah,
all
no.
of them.
That's crazy. You started off with hopes and dreams. I was like, this kid is F. And like, I had no hopes, no dreams. I'm just so, excited that she's still surviving. And, like she really knows she's on her own, bro. I mean, we're both kind of have each other's backs for various reasons. And yeah, so.
Isn't it fun to grow up with your own children? 'Cause I was 17 when I started.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I hate hearing that because my daughter's 17 and like,
I'm
again,
scared.
I'm not celebrating too soon. I want her to get to the finish line without getting pregnant.
Mhm.
And you're a terrible influence. So,
I know.
yeah, I'm not introducing you to my daughter, but she did know what IJBOL stood for. So I'm very proud. Very proud. Yeah, she probably knows how much an eighth costs on the street as well. So, she's very cool. Very cool. But anyways,
Good job.
yeah.
Beef dad of the year.
Exactly. All right. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. And I don't even have like a beef tip to give you because we ran out of time. But I'd like to thank everybody for checking us out. Don't forget to subscribe to the broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Tomorrow morning, another double shot of tickets for Incubus is on the way. Until then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
Oh, well, I got your beef tip. Just all you need to know about it is that you will never be cool. You didn't grow up Beef's kid, so the ship has sailed. You're screwed. Sorry about that, guys. Good luck.